Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Yoshi's PC and Electronic Services. Today we're going to be looking at a PC that I built a couple years back. It's a Fractal Node 202 with the Integra SFX 450 watt power supply. Gonna show you what I liked, what I disliked, and some workarounds that I did to make this case work for what I needed it to do. And here we go. So first we'll flip this over and we'll take out the 4 screws in the bottom. This case has been pretty good distribution of heat. I tried different positions. Have it underneath a desk right now vertically on a nice PC under the desk stand. I'll flip this over now. And this just comes right off. Nice, very solid case. Yeah, it's a lot of metal. This whole cover is metal, and then it has a plastic shroud that the metal hooks go into. Has a nice disconnecting dust filter, which is not dirty at all. We'll put that to the side here. So as you can see, a lot of things are going on here. So I have a GTX1080 graphics card. I had a problem with the fans. I ended up fixing the fans. I do have extra fans that I was going to replace, but it seems to be doing fine after my repair. So we have a solid state drive, 1 terabyte. We have a radiator and liquid cooler here, an AIO from Goldenfield. This one's worked really well. It's not binding or anything. It seems to fit in this case really well. And I'll start taking this apart and I'll show you exactly what I did to get this all working. Has I believe 8 gigs of RAM, 2 4s I believe, and then this is a B450i from MSI motherboard. It's a gaming plus AC. Has Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. I did originally have a Ryzen 2600 in here. I switched it out for a 3600X. So, and it's been doing great. The RAM is 3200 megahertz also. Temps are really good. I have another NVME, another hard drive. It's solid state in the back, and I had some issues with the heat on that, so I'll show you what I did there. But let's start taking this apart. And one thing I want to show right away is this plug. So if you put any kind of a fan, AIO, anything like that in here, this plug doesn't fit back in. As you can see, there's no room. So if you put a fan in here, anything like that, this would hit the fan. So I don't know what they were thinking when they did this. I would have made it go up and down off to the side like this, but I mean, this is like, you just can't do anything with this, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna see if I can do something today to modify it, but then I have to modify the plastic case too. So let's take this graphics card out and I'll show you what I did to fit this AIO in here. So I'll flip this around. I will actually first I'll show you the hard drive, the solid state drive on the other side, the NVMe that I put in here. There's a few clips like that, and that usually just sits there. Then there's a few clips on this side, one more at the end, and this should just slide right up and slide out. We'll just put that here. This is metal also. We'll put that to the side. Okay, I'll flip this over. So this was overheating. This is the NVMe here. It was overheating, had problems with it, so I piled up some thermal pad, and it was like getting up to the 90s, and now it's down 60s, 70s. Really nice and cool. There's no actual air getting to here, so there's air here and here, but nothing cooling this part off, so all the heat was getting trapped under here. So with this, it seemed to do good. I just went across with the ruler, and I don't know if it's making contact with that bottom cover, but the temps are way better than they were. This also has a dust cover for here. I had to modify a few holes here for the screws, and another dust cover for the power supply. So I'll flip this back over. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it over to center. So there's my thermal pads. They just sit proud of this so that they would touch the outside or get some sort of cooling. So I'll flip this around here. Take off this back. There's 3 screws here and then one in the top here. So there's the one in the back, holds this in. Just set that to the side. The 450 watt power supply seems to be more than enough power to run the 1080 plus the Ryzen 3600X and the motherboard and the 2 hard drives, and yeah, it seems to run it no problems. So there's that. So you have to press this. We'll take this off here first, the connector, and then we'll just lift up on here. Okay, there's the 1080 Gigabyte 1080, works great. Doesn't seem to. I had another graphics card in here also. It was a 1050 Ti. I replaced that with a 1080. It works great, no problems, doesn't hit anything in here. So we'll put that to the side. So what I actually did here was I'll move this out of the way. So all the cables are pushed under there. And then what I did, I cut along on an angle here so that when I put this in, if you see this, it goes on either side of this piece and holds it in place, and then there will be a screw here to hold it all down. So this actually holds this in place, and this is the only way I could get the AIO in here and make it look decent, and that's what I did there. Now this is what I'm talking about here. Like, there's just no other way to put this. Like, they gave a lot of cord, but I mean, if you had a fan in here, two fans, this would still hit. And I tried it, and it's the same deal with the fans and a graphics card. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to bring it up and over here, this point. So I want to kind of scribe this out. So I'll probably have to unhook it from here, bring it all the way through, and then what I want to do, I want to have the plug up here somewhere so it's not hitting anything. So let's do that first. I will take this out of the power supply here, and it's just a plug-in on the side here. Might have to use a pair of pliers. Use some linesmans here. Okay, take that out. Got some tie downs here. Undo this, undo that, and one more. There we go. Now that that's free, that should come right underneath all these cables here, which I'll have to take this out. Had everything in here pretty tight just because there's not a lot of room in this small form factor. So there's that. We'll bring this through. Looks like I have a clip in here. I'll take this out. Okay. Now that that's out, we'll take a look at what we have here. I'll zoom out here, or focus in, I guess. I'll take some masking tape. Like this. I'll just scrape along here the edges because that's where I want the new location to be. I'll grab my Sharpie here. Actually, I use this. It's a Milwaukee Sharpie. It works way better than an actual Sharpie. There's that. Run along here. Something like that. And we'll just take this off, flip it off of the other, and check the position here. I pretty much want it out of the way. So let's take a look at this case here. So we got this kind of in the way. So it comes up to about here. And then we have the top cover that has a post right there. So I'm really limited to what I can do, but I'd like it as close to this as possible. So if we measure, take one of my rulers here. So I'll go use the mills here. So that's as far as I can go. So if I bring this back out, so I was right there. So 13 is where it stopped. So this is where the post is. So if I use that as a template, if I look at this, we'll have a little bit of play, maybe. Still pretty thick. Okay, we'll take this out of the way here. I'll actually see how far in this will go. So I'll actually measure this again. I got about 20 from this edge. Say 20. So this is the end of it, so it'll actually hit there. And then we'll see where this goes. So I think that will be okay with the height. That's not too bad. I'm not too sure where I put the other screws for this unit, but if we cut this out, I'm sure I'll have something that I can put in there. So we'll just check this out here, make sure that I'm not going to be in the way of that post. Okay, and then we'll scribe it. I'll use my center punch here, and we'll make a couple holes right in the center of these. Not much metal here or bracing, so I have to hold it. Get them in the center. Then I'll take my knife. Actually, an X-Acto would probably be the best. And we'll just scribe along here. And then scribe along here. Same thing with here. Now this should just come right off. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to cut this out. I got my 2 holes here. I'll put another do that. So if I come from the top and over and then cut it around, this will get held. If I come from this way, and this piece will be wobbly where the graphics card goes. Before we do that, let's get some holes drilled here. We'll figure out what kind of screws I want to use. I'll grab these guys. I'll move this to the side. We'll see which screws will work for this. Those are pretty long, but they'll work. Might have to use a nut and bolt combo for it. See how long these protrude. Oh, those fit nice. And those fit really nice. I don't think I want anything different than that. Maybe a little shorter. They don't need them that long. So these ones are there. M3s by 12. So I'll use an M3 by 8, and that should be more than enough to go through the steel and put a nut on the end if I have to. Let's see. I think, yeah, I think that'll work. Maybe I will use the longer ones just in case. There is a ridge here. Right, there's a ridge right here. And I'll grab 2 of these long ones, and then I'll grab 2 of the nuts that go along with it. And those are the M3s, and the M3 nuts are mixed in with these. I got all the Allen keys for this. I believe these are what I'm looking for. Let's see. Yeah, there's one. Okay, and there's another. Okay. We'll just put this to the side for now with the Allen keys and the tweezers. Grab this and see if I have something the right size. I've broken a lot of drill bits over the years. Let's see. Kind of want a smaller one just so that there's some friction when I drill into screw it in. Let me see if I have something smaller like a 7/64 or a 3/32. Okay. Okay, what do I got here? 3/64, 5/64. I don't want it to go through the might be a little too there's that. Not these ones. Okay, that one might just do it. Then I'll force it in. Okay, I don't want any filings, so I'm going to put this in here. It's a microfiber cloth. Helps catch all of that stuff. So here we go. Try to focus for you. Okay. Drill a hole here. Almost through. There we go. One. And two. Blow it that way so it doesn't go into everything over here. Just clean that up a little bit. Okay, now let's see if I have a bit that will fit that so I don't have to use an Allen key. Try to use a Torx. See if they'll fit in there. I know. It's not right, but if it works, yeah, I'll use that. Okay, let's see if I can actually get some meat on this to catch. Not catching at all. So I'll grab my other drill. Actually, I'll use this one. Put the bit in here. See if I can't force it in there. Okay, I think I just stripped the threads on that. So yeah, it totally stripped the threads on it. Didn't even go through. Made a ridge inside. Yeah. See that? You see that ridge? I'll zoom in for you. Yeah. That didn't work very well, eh? Yeah, this will just... That might actually... Without a nut. If I can do the same with this one. That. Try the old one here I just used. Same thing. Take that out. See if this one will go in now. It's quite warm. Quite warm. And yes, I did have a tap and die set at one point, but I don't anymore. So I'll have to invest in that at some point. But I got a lot of screws, so we might just use these little guys now, short ones. And see how good this goes in. Seems to work. Okay, we'll use these two little ones here. Put the rest of this away. Throw out these ones. Both damaged. This one has a So that's what it did to those two. So now we have a basis, so we can use these two little guys. So now I need to cut this open. So I wouldn't mind coming up through here and going like that, but I think my best bet is to come through here and go around. Get everything I don't need out of the way. Okay, bring this way. I do that. Either way, I'm going to have to go around this way. And if I go from this way, I'm not going to have... I think I'm going to have to come from here. Boy, it's not going to have much left there at all. Let's just look at this again. So this actually doesn't attach there. Let me see here. I have to make a nice incision and then take it out, so I don't actually wreck the rest of this. And this should be hidden by the plastic. We'll work our way around. Keep turning this around here. Where'd that come from? I don't know. Extra parts. Okay, we'll just bend this back and forth. See if I can get a little bit more of that out. There we go. Okay, so that is that. Let's bend some of this down. Okay, so it's kind of misshapen right now. Try to bend some of this in. Okay, let's see if that actually fits and is going to work. The plug should hold them steel together a little bit. Okay, and there's that. Grab those screws. See what we got here. Okay, so doesn't look too bad. Could have been a lot worse. You didn't see this either. And the top cover should miss. Let me turn it around here. Check the top cover here. Fit this hard drive in here. Okay, grab that top case. Now let's see if this slides in not too bad. Okay, not too bad. Seems to fit not too bad in here. So it will go in without hitting that pillar. I just need to modify this. Probably cut right up this side. I'll do that now. Okay, what do we have here? Pretty much goes to the top. Let's see. We've got about 73 mils. So if I eyeball that, go right about, actually I don't need to go that far up. I only need to go 63 mils from here. Right there. I need to go to there. If I go along here. How big is that? $30 mils. Just to here. Width. $24. Something like that, maybe a little bigger, but now should I cut this all out? Should I cut it from the side? Should I just come out from the bottom and have this there? Maybe I'll do that. Cut it right out. Okay, I'll take a knife. Always lock your knife. Like that. It's not too bad, eh? And then there's that piece. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, we'll put this to the side. Clean this up a little bit here. Razor blades away. Okay. There's that. So So to put this back in, it kind of goes in this way, nice and easy. Just like this. Line up the little slots on either side here. We'll start with these two. Start pushing down from the front and then continue all the way to the back here. Might help with a screwdriver just to move them out of the way. And there we go. Okay, so there's that. I need to go through. And around. It can't come through this way, I don't think. Okay, now that works. Then I won't get in the way of the graphics card. Slip this through here under all these cords. Just like that. And around. And plug that in. Okay, that pushes down. That pushes down. Okay. I'll just tie this off. You don't see this, so don't judge. Anyways, all joking aside, as long as everything's buttoned up and out of the way, nothing's gonna get in the way of anything else, hopefully. And this down out of the way. Yeah, these aren't actually kinked. They may look it, but it's just the sheathing on the outside. These actually are they bend nicely to the exact form of this. And then there's this guy. It seems to be good. Happy with that. Now let's see if everything else is lined up here. Now I don't know where this came from. Fortunately. It looks like this. That underneath, yep. This guy. Move to the side. Don't want anything in the way there. Okay. Now this should just push in. alignment and hold everything in place. That's in there. In there. It's one little tab. One little tab has to go inside. There we go. Now everything should fit in nicely. Take this bit out. Put it in here. Undo this a little bit. So this could slide down. And then we'll tighten this back up again. There. And that should be that. So the graphics card actually pulls air through the radiator, and I have the profile set so this gets any heat to it, it will start up, which ends up cooling the CPU. So it just brings cool air in, goes through the radiator, goes through the graphics card and right out. And it's been good ever since. I've had no problems with heat. Seems to be really good. About 70s, maybe high 70s, but haven't really had any other issues than that. So there's all that stuff. I'm just gonna take a quick peek in there. One last clip. Okay, so there's that. So this is what it looks like right now. Not too bad. From there. And then we'll put the cover on and see what it looks like. Then we'll have to test power and all that other good stuff. So I'll make sure that this is down. Okay, here we go. Here's the moment of truth. Kind of cool too, because Golden Field AIO actually goes through here with RGB. It's kind of a nice little accent. Now I did try the Noctua NH-L9A for the AM4. So it's really low profile. but it just didn't. It was like 90s for heat, and I had fans over on the other side running. It just wasn't keeping cool at all. So I found that this works. It's been run for 2 years and no problems. I've had it both ways, where the block is up at the top. I've had it where the block's at the bottom. I've had no difference. There's really no issues with bubbles or anything with this AIO. I'm not saying that yours won't have that issue, but mine didn't. So okay, we do have one issue here. I just gotta cut this out a little bit here, because it's not gonna slide all the way in, unfortunately. So we'll just do this. You see that? I'll cut that out. Thought that the plastic would slip over top of that and hide everything, but I guess not. And then I'll just take my pliers here, my little ones, and work it. There we go. Okay, it's not too bad. Just run a screwdriver on the side. Okay, let's try this again, see how it looks. Seems like it's going right in, and that's what we have there. Everything looks nice and tight. Nice and solid all the way around. Now it's a full case and everything is inside. There we go. Makes me happy. Wasn't happy with the plug hanging out of there. I didn't enjoy looking at that eyesore. So later on I might do a paint job. This is my wife's, so might do a pink, but we'll see how that goes, see how much I actually want to do that, and go from there. Here's the unit. Has two USB 3.0s, headphone jack, microphone jack. The actual motherboard has Wi-Fi, VR ready, all that good stuff. It even has a PS2 port for old school, if you're into that thing. 1080 runs everything really well. And it runs games at 1080p very well. Probably hence the name 1080. It runs it like awesome. Have no problems with the graphics or anything like that. It's smooth. There's no jittering or anything like that. So, anyways, there's that. Anyways, there we are. Put this all back together again. Made the connection look a lot nicer. Let's focus up on that a little bit. I think that looks a lot better than the cord hanging out. With the two screws in there and all these other screws holding it together, it is solid like I'm pushing pretty hard on that, pulling, and it's solid. I shouldn't have any problems with this bending or anything like that, especially with the plastic covering it. If there's any issues in the future, I'll let you know, but other than that, I think we're good to go. I might do a short little spiel about how it's working now and me hooking it up, but that's about it. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and if you want to see more than this, comment, and I'll see about doing more computer stuff like this, disassembling some of my units to show you what I did and go from there. Anyways, thanks again. Have a good day. Bye. Okay, there's some extras for the end of the video here. I'm going to put the computer back in and turn it on and see if it turns on after I did all that work to it. So here we go. So I got a PC here. Hard to do with one hand while recording. These brackets are awesome. Push that guy in. This goes in like that. I'll screw it in after. I'll show you back here. The plug should go in nicely. No problems. Audio, USB, USB, okay. Nice button on the front, you could hardly see it. Sometimes I'm like, where is it? So I'll turn that on. Nice RGB. I'll turn off my flashlight now since I don't need it. Yeah, got some RGB coming out of there. And then everything gets cooled from up here. I'll show you. We got a flashlight in the back here. So here's the power supply. Usually bring this PC out a little bit. There's the power supply intake, and then up there is the intake for the graphics card and the AIO. I have no problems with cooling this down. Works very well. Thanks for watching. Again, have a good one.
When I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give me up.